Now, this very well might be the biggest time suck of the season. I definitely skimped on this last year because, yeah, it was so annoying and really time consuming and worthless at the end. So, this is my driveway row of sunflowers. I did it a couple of years ago, and they were beautiful, but since then it has been failure after failure. But sunflowers are not supposed to be transplanted. They're supposed to be really finicky about the root disturbance. So that's strike one. I have 2 rabbits and a family of squirrels. Strike 2, I have a dog. Strike 3. So why am I even bothering? Oh, I forgot. It's a weedy mess. So I also have to do this extra nonsense. So yeah, I'll take a few minutes to do this, an hour at most, get them planted in, and then just, cry about it in a few weeks when they're all gone. I'll keep you updated. But for now, a couple of minutes for this morning, getting on with the sunflower planting. This nonsense with I think it's a tennis court netting. We picked it up at, someone was moving out a while ago. This has just been floating around in the garage, being used for odds and ends for my purposes in the garden. But for today, it is going to hopefully deter at least the dog, because, she doesn't want to get tangled up in it. Yeah, it's basically just some slight deterrent for things getting dug up. I'm gonna have to get some more soil because this muddy mess is not good enough to cover up the plants. So the sunflowers made it through the night, and then I had an extra patch here that I picked up, so I'm gonna throw some seeds in. I have some of this Love Lies Bleeding Amaranth, and I know those are gorgeous, and it's pretty much a surface sown seed, very tiny, so I'm just gonna plop some vermiculite on top so I know where it's at. So here's the seeds, and I'm pretty much just gonna sprinkle it over the beds. It's supposed to be like 12-inch spacing, but who wants to sit here and space out flower seeds? Not me. And there's a lot of seeds for a reason, because they don't germinate very well. Alright, that's all. I'm stingy on my seeds. Still have lots of seeds. It does say direct sow after frost, and let's see, 10 to 14 days to germ, days to maturity, so there's plenty of time to see this to maturity before the end of summer. And now we'll just obviously sprinkle this all over the place. And this is just for reference so I don't forget that this stuff is here. I changed my mind. I'm also gonna sprinkle some leaf mold over top of those seeds. So I'm just collecting some from this bag that I saved them in. So I'm just gonna lightly sprinkle, sprinkle, sprinkle. I just don't want the seeds to get just shriveled up and dead because it's sunny now. And if we get a rain, they'll just get washed away because this is on a slope. So hopefully this will slow some of that down. Otherwise I'm going to have a big clump of it right on the end here where I stopped digging. Alright, good enough, good enough. While I'm passing by this tray, there are still seedlings and seeds. So this, not crackers. Oh, more or less some that I have to plunk in. But, see all these supposed to be seeds that didn't come up? Well, sometimes it's just a matter of time. Given that maybe it was still too cold for some of these seeds, they were not coming up when I was expecting them to, but they are coming up now. So we've got little seedlings that weren't here last week. So if I had just looked at these plants and said, all right, everything else is a failure, chuck out the rest of this, then I would have missed out on these later seeding pockets. One of these is celosia. I think this is another amaranth that I had sowed. I think these are celosia, which I'm excited about because I was sad that I didn't have anything come up. What didn't come up? I think this might be stock. Doesn't look too promising on the stock. And then these were black sesame, but I don't think those are going to come up either. So I got to remember to sow those. But other than that, I'm not holding out too much more hope. Although I do see a little green. But at this point, this tray has been out here for a bit. So weed seeds could have flown in also. But yeah, I just have, so these three more, maybe 4 for this tray before I give up on it completely. I have this one bag of soil left I'm going to use up in this bed. I'm not holding out too much hope for this artichoke plant. It really took a nosedive. But I'm going to leave it here because it's roots in the ground. And maybe it'll keep the stinking aphids off other plants. So this little in-ground space that's raised with some logs. It's roughly 4 by 4. It might be like 5 by 3. Yeah, let's go with 5 by 3. It looks like a lot of real estate, but really these pumpkins are hopefully going to overtake. But since I don't have very good luck with my squashy things, cucurbita, whatever you want to call it, I'm going to line some of this space with beets, because beets is something I never quite grow enough of, and I do enjoy pickled beets. And then I'm going to plunk in my flowers and some onions, the never-ending onions that I have in here to fill it out. I was a bit indecisive on these onions, but obviously I'm not here to get bulbs out of them. Any tops will be fine, and any pest control would be even better. While I have the luxury of staying in the shade, I guess you could say, because there's morning shade for the most part, and then there's afternoon shade when the trees provide that canopy. That also means mosquitoes are chasing me all the time. And not even mosquitoes necessarily, because I barely see the things that are biting me. So some other little thing that makes me itchy. And then I always forget to spray until after the fact. So I've been bitten up quite a bit already. And my legs is full of little welts everywhere. And I try to be good at not scratching, but so itchy. Never mind the poison ivy I got. Yeah, the day's not over. It's still very much morning, but I am taking a break now, and then I'll wait for that afternoon shade to come through and do some more plantings. I'm almost there. Almost done. Just a few more days. All right. Talk to y'all again soon. So I'll harvest more. Bye.